Hi everyone, Lindsay Vaught with Beloved One Studios here again, just doing our nightly routine, um, just to get us relaxed, just to get us um, engaged a little bit, uh, get us a little bit more intentional about preparing our body for rest, about preparing our mind for rest, about preparing um, our hearts for rest. And I just wanted to just share with you this today was just an absolute blessing. We spent half the day binge watching services from all over the country, and it was a huge blessing. One of those services that we were in the middle of our binge watch for church services was a message from Grace Baptist Church in Sonora, California. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I had shared it actually on both my feed as well as on the Beloved One feed. I wanted to share that with you because Pastor Schmidt was actually covering the same passage that we have been studying together the past few nights and that we're going to study for a couple more nights. And so I just wanted to share that with you, that if you really want some context, you want to understand that a little bit more, I really encourage you to listen to that message and just see what the Lord is talking about in Isaiah 40. It'll give you a whole lot of context for the entirety of Isaiah, as well as its association with the gospel and what the point of it all is. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because it was a huge encouragement to my heart, because obviously the Lord has been laying it on my heart the past few days, and just to hear someone else teaching on it was a huge blessing. Isaiah 40 verses 6 through 8 is what we're going to be reading through tonight. A voice says, "Cry," and I said, "What shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all its beauty is like the flower of the field. The grass withers and the flower fades, but when the breath of the Lord blows on it, surely the people are as grass. The grass withers and the flower fades, but the word of the Lord will stand forever." And so I'm going to read that through one more time. A voice says, "Cry," and I said, "What shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and its beauty and all its beauty is like the flower of the field. The grass withers and the flower fades when the breath of the Lord blows on it. Surely the people are grass. The grass withers, the flower fades, but the word of the Lord shall stand forever." And there is a large portion of our yogic study that is devoted to the breath, linking your movement with your breath. And I think that all of that really illustrates biblical truth. It illustrates how the Lord leads and how He directs. He uses His breath, His word, His spoken word is just breathed out, and the entire universe takes shape. And in this case, people, us, we fade. We disappear, we wither, we go away, and yet His word stands forever. And so I'm going to read that one more time, and then I'll open us in prayer. A voice says, "Cry," and I said, "What shall I cry? All flesh is grass, and all its beauty is like the flower of the field. The grass withers, the flower fades when the breath of the Lord blows on it. Surely the people are as grass. The grass withers, the flower fades, but the word of our God will stand forever." Dear Lord God, I thank you so much for our time together. I thank you so much for another opportunity to move our bodies and to strengthen ourselves, Lord, to be better fit for your work. I pray, God, that as we exercise tonight, as we move, I pray, God, that you would help us to be mindful of your word. And with all the opportunities that we had to hear your word today, what a blessing and what an encouragement it was, Lord, I pray that you would help us to keep our minds and our gaze fixed on that word that doesn't go away and won't go away. And I just pray, God, that we would take our strength, our roots, and our courage from that. And I pray, Lord, that you would help us to walk in light of it. And I ask all these things in your name. Amen. All right, I'm going to put this down. One thing, if you haven't done this as a part of your practice, I do encourage you to use essential oils in your practice. There is something about the mindset that getting into an exercise routine, it doesn't matter whether it's exercise or any portion of your life, your senses, the more senses you get involved, the more vivid and the more structured and the more focused you're going to be. And so a lot of times I like to use essential oils to help with that. The other benefit is when we're linking our movement with our breath, we're inhaling all of those wonderful inherent qualities of the flowers, the fruits, the bark, whatever it is that we're breathing. We're getting the maximum value of that because we're able to get it into our system so that it circulates throughout our system, as opposed to just something that we have sitting around, something we use in a lotion. It's just another way to incorporate those really wonderful properties. So I just wanted to encourage you to do that. I did that before I start each practice, and I realized that you guys can't smell it, but it really makes a difference. It really helps me to become more focused and more aware. So I just like to put it on my clothes so that I can smell it when I move, and then of course on my hands so that I can intentionally smell it when I'm looking to focus specifically. So we're going to root down into all four corners of our feet. Rotate our shoulders back and down. We're just going to breathe here. Inhale, arms up. We're going to stretch, drawing our biceps to our ears. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. And stretch, giving each wrist a nice tug up towards the ceiling. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. And stretch and just press those palms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, arms down. We're going to inhale, arms up again. This time we're going to interlock our fingers back behind our head. And we're just going to pull, and I'm going to step a little bit closer so that you can see. We're not going to wave our arms back and forth. We're just going to plant our palms, or we're going to interlock our fingers, and we're just going to pulse our elbows back. So you see, I'm not waving all the way back, I'm not stretching all the way back, I'm just pulsing back. So still rooting down into all four corners of your feet, shoulders still up, back and down, ribs still knit together, crown high, heart lifted. You're just going to pulse those elbows back. And just get a sense of that resistance there. Just pulsing those elbows back. Now you're going to release your palms back down. We're going to rest in mountain pose here for a second as we let the blood flow back to our fingertips. Rooting down into all four corners of your feet, shoulders up, back and down, ribs knit together, belly button tucked up in your heart space, crown high, heart high. We're going to inhale, arms up. We're going to interlock our fingers into pistol fingers and exhale all the way to the right. Again, one of the reasons why we interlock our fingers like that is it keeps our shoulders in an open position. And you can feel that as you're reaching over. We tend to have a rotation that goes this way, but when our fingers are interlocked, that keeps us open to the back. Inhale back to center. Exhale all the way left. Move those hips aside. Deeper on every exhale. Inhale back to center. Exhale, swan dive forward, keeping your fingers flexed as you release back out. Hang heavy. Bend your knees nice and deep here. Our first one of the night, we always want to make some space. You can grab opposite elbows and just sway back and forth here. Pedal your feet, pedal your knees. Just wave. Press your palms into the mat. Nice and deep here. We're going to inhale halfway. Exhale back down. Inhale halfway. Exhale back down. Inhale halfway. Exhale back down. Inhale slowly all the way back up. Inhale, arms up. And just nice deep stretch here. And exhale back down. And just face those palms to the front of the room. We're not going to do anything extremely strenuous tonight. Tonight is more about opening up. It looks like my microphone died, so I apologize for that. Try to see if I can reset it. We'll see. But just face those palms to the front of the room. Crown high, heart lifted. Everything engaged here. We're going to give ourselves a nice twist. And you can reach back and grab your opposite shoulder as you pull yourself open. I like to give myself a bind, you can see with this hand. Just twisting here. Inhale back to center. Twist to the other side. Inhale back to center. Big wide circles. We're going to step to the back of the mat. You're going to root down into all four corners of your feet. We're going to inhale, arms up again. This time we're going to arch back. And when I say arch, I don't mean bending back. We're not trying to do a back bend. When we think of doing a back bend, we're putting that bend here in this lower part of our back. So if you can see, I don't have anything light behind me, but you can see the arch in my back. When we do a back bend, we have a tendency to put pressure in this lower back and hip area. That's not what we're trying to do here. We move that arch further up our back. So imagine this arch moving up your back. You're going to inhale, arms up, and you're going to stretch all the way back, but you're going to move that arch up your spine so that the arch is actually towards your shoulders. That'll allow you to maintain the integrity of your ribs being knit together. I'm going to turn back this way. I'm going to swan dive forward again, hinging at your hips. And this time, as you come down, you're going to press your palms into the mat. So if that means reaching up further in front of you, that's what it means. If you can do that closer, lift your hips here so you're actively engaged, actively pressing your body away from the floor, hanging heavy. And now just not just hanging heavy, but you're also actively pressing your palms into the mat. So you're going to move your roots from your feet into your palms. Inhale back. Inhale, arms up. And those of you who have been intimidated by yoga, you just did your first handstand prep. So we're gonna do a little bit of prep in that area. I'm not saying I'm gonna have you guys doing a handstand anytime soon. But as you strengthen that upper body, as you actively press your body away from the floor, you're going to be engaging all the muscles necessary to do that. So keep breathing here. You're going to inhale, arms up. And now you're going to actively press your palms up towards the ceiling with your fingertips towards the back of the ceiling again, or towards the back of the room. Again, we're doing the same thing. We're engaging everything necessary to support our bodies. So everything engaged. Palms pressing up towards the ceiling. Fingertips to the back of the room, palms pressing up. Feel how that stretch goes all the way through your ribs, all the way through your shoulders as you reach your fingertips back through your elbows. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. And now we're going to step to the back of the mat again. You can pedal your feet and your knees here. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hinging at your hips, walk your hands out into a downward dog. So you're going to be pressing your hips up towards the ceiling. This is one area that we forget to do when we're in down dog. We're so actively engaged in pressing our bodies away from the mat, trying to get our body position right. We forget to press our hips up towards the ceiling. Actively pressing those hips. Exhale back down into tabletop. Find your roots here. Tuck your toes, crown forward. Ribs knit together, belly button tucked up in your heart space. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And come back into child's pose. Again, we're not trying to do anything strenuous tonight. We want to warm up those muscles. We don't want to over-engage tonight. You're going to inhale back to center, and you're going to come into a tall kneel. Rotate those shoulders back, keeping your ribs knit together here. Again, we're opening up that space. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, pray hands behind your back. Keeping those fingertips together, pressing them up along your spine, pressing those palms together, drawing your shoulders away from your ears. Pressing your palms together, pressing your fingertips up towards your crown. Everything engaged. Actively pressing your body away from the floor through your knees. You're rooting down through your knees here. You can also root down through the tops of your feet. Keeping your fingers flexed, release back out. You're going to draw your left foot forward, and you're going to come into a tall kneel here. Inhale, arms up. And we're going to exhale back down into a runner's pose here. And this is supported. We're not fully engaged. If you want to fully engage here, you're welcome to. Just tuck your toes and extend that back leg out. The idea here, though, is that we're going to open up so you can just pivot back and forth here. Opening up those hips nice and gently. If you're doing this on your knee, just exhale back, keeping your spine straight and forward, pressing in that front knee and back, pulling those toes tight and forward. Again, we're just warming up this area here. Exhale back. Now we're going to come to a tall kneel again. Find your roots again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back down. Draw your right foot forward. Come forward into a lunge here. I'm just going to press into that knee a little bit, nice and gently at first. Open up. If you want to engage that back foot, go ahead and engage. We're just going to press nice and deep here. Open back. Feel how that stretch moves right here when you're up tall. Opening up that hip space. Again, if you're doing it from your knee, back, pulling those toes tight to your knee. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Tuck that up again. Nice deep stretch here. Back and forth. Now you can come back to your knees, back to tabletop. We're going to inhale cow again. Exhale cat. We're going to plant our toes up underneath. We're going to tuck them and we're going to press back into a downward dog one more time. Pressing those hips up. Drawing those shoulders away from your ears. Drawing your biceps tight. And we're just going to open up our hips from side to side. Opening up your side body, opening up those hips, opening up those hamstrings. Come back into tabletop. Extend back out into child's pose. Now you're going to tuck your toes one more time. Extend out into extended puppy. So the only difference here is that your backside comes up. You can give yourself a nice deep back arch here if you like, but extend your fingertips out as far as you can. Inhale back. Find those roots again. We're going to exhale our right palm to our left knee. Exhale in, inhale up and out. Exhale in, inhale up and out. Exhale in, inhale up and out. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale, and back down. Wag your tail. Find your roots, crown forward, ribs knit together, belly button tucked up in your heart space, rooting those palms through your shoulders, actively pressing your body away from the floor here. Exhale your left palm to your right knee. Inhale up and out. Exhale in. 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 Inhale up and out. And exhale back down. And come into simple seat. And you can grab a block here if it helps. Always helps me. Pedal your feet and your knees, make some space. I see my microphone has died again, so I'll try to speak up as much as I can. And we're going to draw our heels together, the palms of our feet together. We're going to draw them close to our bodies. Again, there's a slight benefit in doing this on a block in that it creates a little bit more height so that you're able to root down through your sits bones a little bit better here. So pressing those together creates a little bit more space for you to be able to open up a little bit more. And now we're going to draw your knees back up. You're going to flex your toes. Take your right foot and draw it over to your left side. Take your left foot, cross it up nice and high. First thing we're going to do here is pull ourselves nice and tall. Create a straight line through your spine. All the way up through the crown of your head. You should be feeling a nice little squeeze here in your belly already. If you don't, pull yourself up a little bit taller. On your next big exhale, you're going to exhale all the way to the left side. Deeper on every exhale. Twist just your head back to the right. Feel how that stretch changes a little bit. Exhale back. Inhale back to center, release back out. Keep everything flexed as you release back out. Always do that. Pedal your feet and your knees. Make some space in your shoulders. Now keeping your toes flexed, you're going to take your left foot, cross it over to your right side. Take your right foot, cross it over to your left side, and pull yourself nice and tall with that left knee. So you can interlock your fingers around around your right knee. Pull yourself nice and tall here. Crown high, rooting down through those sits bones. You're going to give yourself a nice twist to the right side. Gaze goes as far over your right shoulder as you can get it. Now you're going to twist just your head back to the left. Exhale back. Deeper on every exhale. Keeping everything flexed, release back out. Straighten those legs out, pedal your feet and your knees, keeping your toes flexed. Always keep your toes flexed. Roll your shoulders here. Create some space, create some movement here. Now you're just going to come into simple seat. We're going to do some simple neck stretches. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to lower our shoulders away from our ears. We're going to interlock our fingers back behind and pull our shoulders down and away from our ears. We want to create that sensation, get our body ready for that, because when we do neck stretches, we tend to lift up our shoulders too to accommodate, because we usually carry a lot of tension in our upper body, especially in our neck and shoulders. Keep your fingers flexed, release back out, roll those shoulders. Get the blood flowing. Now we're going to lower our right ear to our right shoulder. And you're going to give it a gentle tug with your right hand. You can open your palms up. Or you can extend that left arm out to the side. Now feel how that stretch changes. When you have your arm out like that, at least try it. If it's not comfortable, you can come back, palms up on your knee, but give it a nice try. Reach out. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Nice gentle tug with your left hand. Open your palms up on your right knee. Deeper on every exhale, and then extend that right arm out and feel how that stretch changes. I don't know about you, but this one carries a lot of tension for me. Release that back out. Now we're going to exhale our chin to our chest. Interlock our fingers back behind. Nice gentle tug here. Inhale back to center. Roll your shoulders. And we're going to exhale our chin from our left shoulder to our right. Inhale up. Exhale down. 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 Inhale up. Roll your neck back. And forward. And forward. And back. How does that feel? I don't know about you guys, but binge watching those sermons today, I got very, very tired. I ended up with a very bad headache. And so I had to do some yoga in the middle of the day. It felt great, but a lot of that tension was in my neck. I'm sure it was from being in front of a computer, being on my phone, all of those things. And just relax here. You're going to open your palms up on your knees. And you're just going to breathe into your lower belly. Inhaling all the way in. Exhaling all the way out. Inhaling all the way in. Feeling that belly expand, open up wide. Exhale all the way out. Everything collapses. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. All right. You're going to release back out off of your block or your pillow. And you're going to take your block or your pillow and you're going to put it back behind you. If you can't do this, if you don't have a block or you don't have a pillow to rest on, that's fine. I'm just going to do another shoulder opener here. We're just going to come to a reclined position with our knees up. We're going to place that block squarely. You can use your thumbs to position it squarely between your shoulder blades. You're going to exhale, lowering back down. Slowly releasing out. Leading with your breath. Inhale back. Give yourself a lift by interlocking your fingers around those thighs. Release back out. Go ahead and move your block. I'm gonna move it over here so you can see. You're gonna release down into a fully reclined pose. I'm gonna move this actually completely out of the way. Go ahead and windshield wiper your knees here. Again, we're not trying to do anything strenuous. We're not trying to put tension where it doesn't belong in our bodies. Tonight is about resting. Stretching your bodies, preparing to release. You can let your feet fall open while you do this too. And just feel how that releases even more tension. Now you're going to extend your left foot all the way out. Exhale your right knee tight to your chest, keeping your toes flexed. Breathe here. Pressing that outside heel towards the opposite wall. We're going to exhale our right knee to our left side, keeping our shoulders pinned to the floor. So the twist here is at your belly button. I have a cabinet here. I can't go too far over. You can keep your knee bent, but as you get deeper, if you find that your body is ready for it, extend that leg out even further and deepen that stretch. So you can straighten it out and you can go all the way to the side. I can see if I can do it on this side. I can't, but you can straighten it out, go all the way out there. But keep your shoulders pinned to the floor. Inhale back to center. Exhale your right knee tight to your chest again. Now you're going to open it back out. We're going to do big wide circles here with our hip. Again, you can grab it, you can pull it open here, but the idea is to create movement in that hip. Movement in your groin. Movement in that outer thigh. Now you're going to grab a hold of your toe and you're going to do your best to straighten that leg. Now you can see I have a huge bend in my leg. This is very difficult for me, but grabbing a hold of your toe and pushing that leg away from you, just going to give you a nice shoulder stretch and a nice hamstring stretch and a wonderful toe flexor here. Your toes are so critical for balance and for so many other things, and they're in such bad condition most of the time. Most of us don't know how bad they are. Whew. And release back out slowly, keeping everything flexed. Wiggle. Get the blood flowing back in there. Big inhale. Next exhale, draw your left knee tight to your chest. Keeping both sets of toes flexed and pulled tight towards your knees. Nice and deep here. On your next big exhale, you're going to exhale your left knee to your right side. Twisting. Keeping those shoulders pinned to the floor. You can see, so you can straighten out that leg if it helps you get deeper. Inhale back. Exhale tight to your chest again. Inhale, open. Big wide circles with that outside knee. Just move it. This one I have a little bit more space to work with. This one's not as tight as my right side. Now you're going to exhale tight to your chest again. Grab a hold of that big toe and extend that out as far as you can. Don't worry if your knee is bent. The idea is to press your heel away from your body. Both heels pressing away from your body, by the way. Your right heel is still engaged, still actively pressing away from you. But a nice deep stretch to your shoulders. Nice deep stretch here to your toes. And exhale back out. And just release everything. You can bend your knees if that helps release that tension. Windshield wiper your knees. Just become fully relaxed if that helps you. Extend all the way out. And breathe here. Palms open. Heart open. Again, we've gently opened those spaces tonight. We've gently opened our hips. We've gently opened our feet. We've gently opened our shoulders and our neck. I'm going to read our passage one more time while you guys are reclined here. Just breathe. Isaiah 40 verse 6 says, a voice says, cry. And I said, what shall I cry? All flesh is as grass, and its beauty is like the flower of the field. The grass withers and the flower fades when the breath of the Lord blows on it. Surely the people are as grass. The grass withers and the flower fades, but the word of God, of our God, will stand forever. The grass withers, the flower fades, but the word of our God will stand forever. The word of our God will stand forever. And as you rest with your eyes closed, I want you to meditate on that truth, that the word of our God will stand forever. The word of this kind, loving God who leads us like a shepherd, who gathers us in his arms, who carries us in his bosom. That God, the word of that God, stands forever, which means he, the one who loves you more than anyone else on earth, has more authority over your circumstances than anyone in the universe. And so I just want you to rest in that tonight. I'm going to close us in prayer. Dear Lord God, I thank you so much for these that have joined us. I thank you so much for our time together. I thank you so much for the opportunity that we have to exercise together from around the world. I thank you so much for allowing us to hear messages today from around the world, just using such a simple medium. And Lord, I know that you have orchestrated events to bring us all together at this point, that nobody is here by accident, that every single one of us has a purpose and has a work to accomplish in your kingdom. And I pray, God, that tonight as we rest, that you would help us to be better prepared for it. And I pray, God, that you would use our bodies and the flexibility and the tension and the strength that we have attempted to put in them tonight, Lord. Just those little simple things that we did to better prepare ourselves would work towards a greater discipline of better preparing ourselves in every area of stewardship. And I ask, God, that you would bless our evening, give us wonderful rest, give us grace, give us peace, give us strength for your honor and glory. And I ask all these things in your name. Amen. And if you're still reclined, I want you to turn over on your right side, keeping your knees bent. And I want you to tuck your right elbow under your head and allow the weight of your head to rest on your bicep and on your forearm. As you breathe and release that tension, allow it to fall out of your lower back. Allow your knees, the bend in your knees, to take the tension from your lower back. Gentle breath. Resting in God's promises. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, you can slowly start to bring yourself back around. And I want to thank you guys again for joining me tonight. I thank you for joining me on our Bible studies as well. This has been a huge blessing. Again, I'm going to post this on Beloved One Studios after I'm finished here. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me either at Beloved One. Sorry, I'm trying to fix my hair here. You can reach out to me either at Beloved One or here on my own account. And then hopefully sometime soon we'll be able to get classes, regularly scheduled classes back together. I don't know when that's going to happen, obviously, because we're all waiting on news as to when and how we can meet. But I will be posting that schedule at Beloved One Studio, so I'll let you know when we'll be able to go back to live classes again. So thank you and have a wonderful night.